And that's exactly, I think, what the White House believes, is that if he leans too heavily into this issue, as you point out, he will animate the other side, and that will produce electoral losses in the midterm. And what I submit is that if a politician cannot take 90% support for background checks, it's a little small for assault weapons, but it's all around there, 90, 80%, and cannot translate that support into tangible political pressure, then maybe that's not a very good politician.
Isn't that the story of the Democratic Party?
Well,
on immigration, on guns?
And I take the point that there are structural challenges, and I'm not suggesting any of this is easy, and I'm not saying that if the president, as I'm urging him to do, travels the country to impacted communities and tries to apply that pressure to key senators, that he would somehow overcome the filibuster, or that he would somehow convince Republicans who've built an entire identity over making it easier for people to kill each other, right? That's the brand. I'm not suggesting that, but what I am saying is, if the problem we're trying to solve for is, how is it that all of these Americans, so many more Americans, want to see background checks and we still don't have it? Why is that? I submit to you that part of the reason is because our leaders, or Democratic leaders, fail to fight every single time. They simply do not, they choose not to put up a fight on this issue. Because imagine if this president, the vice president, his cabinet barnstormed the country, made their case for why we need legislation to tighten our gun laws, for why we need to invest in the communities closest to the pain of everyday gun violence, and used all of that 30 years of experience to try to bring folks together and get something really tangible done in the Senate, some real movement in the Senate. They may fail. Absolutely, they may fail. But then they can turn around to voters and say, we tried. Here's the contrast. We are fighting for your lives. These guys are literally pumping guns into your communities. I need you to vote for us so that next time we can get this across the finish line after November. That, to me, is a much more compelling argument for why voters need to vote on this issue, and actually meets voters where they are, as opposed to the current argument, which is, it's just too hard. I know you elected us to do tough things, but it's hard. Look at Mitch McConnell. He won't agree with, that to me is not motivating anybody, and that only perpetuates this cycle.